Hi, it's Christy from What is Love. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about influencers and why they're so very, very important. So these are all of the people that teach you about love, and there's many different people, and also the culture that you grew up in influences your ideas about romantic relationships. So today in your small groups, you really want to be curious. Who are the important influencers that helped shape your ideas about your love, your romantic relationships? What did they teach you? And then there's always going to be a few things that you're like, I want to take this with me. And then there might be some things that you're like, I think I want to do that a little bit differently. So let me give you an example. I shared yesterday that I grew up with a dad who was very abusive. He cheated, and he used ugly words. He hit, he choked, he kicked. So I would say that my dad was a negative influencer for me. I really thought that jealousy was a really big part of if you really liked somebody. It was kind of your nudge of, wow, I really like them. So it really took me a long time to kind of unravel that and notice that when I got into some of my relationships, when I started dating when I was 15, that I found myself being really jealous and really insecure. Um, I also shared a story about my grandmother, and I would say that my grandmother was a really positive influencer for me. So remember, she's the person I ran when I ran away at 16. She was my safe person, and my grandmother really listened. But my grandmother had this really fun relationship with my grandfather. They loved to play cards together. They loved to go bowling together. They loved to go to Vegas together with their friends, and they loved to have friends over. They were affectionate. They would hold hands. They would also argue sometimes, but argue kind of in a safe way, meaning nobody got hit, right? So, that would be an example of a positive influencer and how I got to sort of watch how they treated each other. And then I was like, yes, I want to take that with me into my relationships. And then I gave you an example of a negative influencer, my dad. Now, I do want to say that sometimes our instinct is to only focus on the positive with our parents, or focus only on the negative. So, with my dad, I also shared that there were lots of other things that I got from my dad that I felt were very positive. He was very affectionate. He would tell us he loved us and he would make time. He and my mom would really make time for each other to do fun things together, like go snow skiing or water skiing or camping. They held hands, they kissed, they said they loved you. So, those were some positive things too that I definitely, as I was sort of deconstructing and unraveling it, that I decided, yes, these are some things that I want to take with me. So today in this activity, this is what you want to be curious about. And I'm going to share the screen real quick because this worksheet here definitely, I think, helps you to better understand all of the different layers and all of the different influencers that you're going to have in your life. So again, I said it's people and culture that influence your ideas about relationships. So when you're younger, you see this blue bubble down at the bottom. It's really your parents, your guardians, your grandparents, your close relatives. Those are your biggest influencers. You're looking at how they're treating each other in relationship, and you're soaking that up from the time you're teeny tiny. As you get a little older, you start recognizing your maybe older siblings. That's that yellow or gold bubble. Your cousins, your friends, your older siblings. You're really looking at how they're treating their romantic partners. And then you're soaking that up, right? Then when you get sort of into 12, adolescence, 13, 14, your friends become your primary influencers. So you're really looking at how your friends' relationships are. You're really looking at how they treat each other, how they communicate, how they argue, how they express emotions, maybe how they flirt or they cheat, right? So friendships become a big influencer. So that's an area that you really want to be curious about. Like, what am I learning from my friends? What are some things that they're doing that I think are really healthy? And then maybe what are some things that I'd like to do a little differently? And then this big purple bubble is really important to sort of take some time with, because from the time you are little, every single song you listen to, or every video you watch, or every cartoon you watch, or every movie you go to, or social media that you follow, that those become very big influencers and shape your ideas about relationships. And then religion and gender and your values, all of that is part of how you form your ideas about romantic relationships. So remember, all of these different people are influencers. They teach you about communication, how to argue, how to express emotions, how to flirt or give compliments, how to define the relationship, how you actually talk about where you're at in the relationship. And then sex is also another thing that you're going to be learning or being influenced by, all of these different things. So today, while I'm going to go back into the worksheet here, and I'm going to share that screen now so that you know where we're at. Just give me a minute here. Okay, great. Okay, so what you're going to do today in your breakout groups is you're going to check in with each other. Really important with your small groups to take the time, it could be 3 to 5 minutes. You want to talk one at a time. You don't want to interrupt each other. Try not to be distracted. That's really important. And then deeply listen. So deeply listen to what that person is sharing in your group. And then as you're listening to the story, you want to be kind of going like, what do I imagine they're feeling as they're telling me this story? Now, that's just for you to sort of practice empathy. You don't need to interrupt. You don't need to ask questions. It's just a time for you to listen and allow everybody to kind of be present in this space with each other. And then you're going to go ahead and ask these questions, right, of each other. So here's your check-in questions. I'm going to make those bold so you can see those well. So share how you got your name. Are you named after somebody in your family? Or share how you feel about your name. And then you're going to want to share a mood. If you could attach a word to your mood today, go ahead and share that. And again, this isn't a time to ask questions or to help hear the whole story. It's just a way for you to just be like, this is where I'm at today. Okay, make sure you open up that diagram I just showed you, because that's going to help you fill out this worksheet for today. So you're going to start. The first thing you're going to do is make sure you have somebody, or maybe share this, everybody read through all of these different examples of influencers, because this is going to help you understand what to do when you get down into the worksheet part. Okay, so you go through here and you're going to want to read about parents, extended family, friends, social media, pop culture, and then you're ready for the activity. So each group member is going to go through each one of these different groups: parents and guardians, older siblings, friends, and then that last group: celebrities, athletes, social media, blah, blah, blah. So you're going to put your name under the positive thing. What's one positive thing that I got from this group? And then what's something I'd like to do a little differently? So each person is going to be identifying positive and something I'd like to do differently. That's really, really important. Now, keep track of your time. You're only going to have about 15 minutes, I think I gave you for this. No, I only gave you 12 minutes. You're going to have 12 minutes to get through this exercise together as a group. And then you're going to write a journal. So you're going to, sorry, I'm going all over the place. Part 3, if you get down here, just 3 minutes, just take a time to jot down, think about a recent relationship or situation and share your ideas about relationship influence. Is it healthy or unhealthy? So as you have this new awareness around all of these different influencers, think about a recent relationship situation and share how your ideas about relationship influenced your healthy or unhealthy choices. Okay. And then in the last piece you'll be doing is you'll be rejoining the large group, and you'll be discussing and sharing some of this new awareness and some of this new learning. Okay. I think you'll have a great day. This is a really great, important puzzle piece of building that strong foundation of understanding relationships so that when we can move into some of the other topics that we'll be moving in together. Okay, have a fun time with each other, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye.